Hi all, welcome back to Fields of Fire. Still on the Normandy campaign and still on mission 3, St George de Parc defensive. This is my part 9 and this is our second combat patrol out of the 3. We've done it in a strange order. I started with second platoon, now I'm on first platoon. So this is a sort of third part of that. However, part 8 there was just some comments, talks, some errors, discussing things. And when I put that up there, I'll make a comment. For the folks that maybe not interested in that. Pretty late at night, well, it's very late at night, just back from work and I hadn't planned on doing anything, but I wasn't really ready for heading off to bed, so I thought, I probably could squeeze a part in. I can get a bit of a long lie in the morning anyway, so so let's do it, because part 8 didn't do anything. I'm halfway through, we're on turn 3 and I'm halfway through. I've got my marker there saying it's enemy higher HQ event phase. Just one thing to talk about, and I went looking for Andrew's follow-up comment and I can't see it. I don't know if he's removed it or if there's a glitch, or I hope he doesn't think that I'm completely stupid. It does look like I've been a bit foolish here, but I can be like that with some of these games. What I'm talking about here is the events, okay? We've got enemy higher HQ events there, and you've got friendly higher HQ events here. And, I suppose these are friendly, they're from the higher HQ, these are events sent down from the higher HQ. They're clearly going to be to do with your side of things, and anything that talks about something here is going to be to do with your units, and then vice versa over here. And so maybe it has been a bit of daft by myself, that thinking that what these events say could be relevant to some of my units and things like that as well. But yeah, I go into a lot of these games reading the rules, reading things, I should be smart enough to maybe know this, but as I've talked about common sense, I keep maybe saying, well, is it common sense, but maybe I've not got much of that common sense. Maybe I'm more one that needs it all written down for me, and you may sort of say some of the things. I think some of the games I've played before, Martin's had to drum some of the rules into me, all the Mr. Butterfield games, Action Ardennes, Kharkov, D-Day, Omaha Beach, that 3 big ones that I've done, and sometimes I just don't get it because I maybe don't see the common sense, or don't see miss something in it, and these aren't well written to me. I do hope that even if they don't change the structure of people understanding that enemy higher HQ events mean the enemy stuff, nothing to do with us, it's all the enemy stuff. Although I still like something written to sort of say that they are, if not though, just the there's not enough information, it sounds like there is to most of you out there. It sounds like I'm just being stupid, and that means remove any on-map enemy heavy machine guns on cards with no US troops. But that's all it needs to be, a word in there, enemy or opposing or something like that, just so it's clear to me, this should be clear enough to me that it's that. But the blinkers go up and I'm looking at the actual words, and when it says this one, and this is what Andrew came back to me, and we were talking, I was It was about the evacuate casualties, remove all on-map casualties and cards with no US troops. Right, reading that like that, just without knowing that it's regarding all the enemy, you would remove all on-map casualties that didn't have US troops on it. It doesn't say here remove friendly, remove enemy, remove German, remove US, remove opposing. It doesn't say any of that there, you know. Okay, yeah, you are sort of slapping your forehead and saying, well, that it's an enemy higher HQ event, Grant, you know. But Andrew came back and he says, well, it's clearly the enemy. He says you wouldn't, and I don't know if he was picking up on the fact that because it was a mortar issue that I had initially. He says, well, you wouldn't remove your on that mortars if there was no US troops in it. And I was like, and I replied to him, I says, well, actually, I would, because that says remove any on-map mortars on cards with no US troops. That's what it tells me. That's the information that's given me there. And you know, okay, it sounds like I'm being stupid. Sounds like I'm being foolish, and I shouldn't even consider my own units there. But what I said to Andrew in that response also is there anything in the rules that tells me that the enemy higher HQ events only apply to enemy units? And again, maybe I'm being foolish there as well. Maybe that's a silly statement to make, Grant, because it's clear to everybody out there, but it's still like, okay. I think when I came across this one recently, and I sort of stumbled on this one, didn't I? That was just a bit I was watching back, so I think that's in part 7, and I'm looking thinking, well, that can't mean my units, this one, you know. But, you know, none of them are my units, are they? They're not, but it's just the way I do things, and it can sort of send me down a road that I shouldn't really be going down, and where most of you, or probably all of you then, would say, well, no, that is German mortars, that's German leaders, you know, that's German heavy machine guns, that's the rally of German unit, that's falling back German units, it's nothing to do with your guys, got German casualties. So yeah, okay, it does look a bit daft, but could it sort of just say something somewhere so that us dafties out there could read it? And I also added to Andrew, if it is there, fair enough. If there is something written in this, I would have thought there's a mission book. And I glanced at the beginning of the mission book, just in case there was something there, just to say that these were applied to the, you know, the enemy's units. But again, okay, well, that's just how I am. So, but I think now by having that said 2 or 3 times now, that it does seem to be clear to me, okay, without it being written, that this applies to just enemy stuff. It doesn't apply if any of these events talk about anything, then it's just relevant to them. And there's some different ones. So one's about moving PC markers and all that. You know, I just thought they were, to be honest, I thought some of them were good and some of them were bad for either side. I didn't initially sort of trigger the fact that these were to do with us and us alone, but I mean they are. When you read them, I don't know. I mean, it starts raining, add a +2 modifier to this turn's current visibility. I mean, that's a sort of general sort of event, isn't it? It's not applying to a unit. No 81mm mortars available this turn, so I guess that's our 81mm mortars. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I'm hoping these are going to be clearer though as well. Whether they leave the structure like that and just have enemy higher HQ event, and you're just meant to know, because it is common sense, that all these are for the enemy, and then these are for the friendlies. I don't know. Anyway, but I don't know what happened to Andrew's comment. Whether he's took it down and thought, you know, it's not worthy. It's not worthy sending this comment, Grant, because you're not grasping the simple facts here. Yeah, no, I don't think he was getting like that, but I don't know, maybe it's just a glitch there, but I just like to see these things written a bit clearer. Some of these things like that, you know. Okay, right. Well, let's move on. Let's get this bit finished. 'Cause that's 10 minutes, and I hadn't intended saying anything. Well, I was wanting to have a quick mention about that, and just the fact that okay, looks like I'm being daft here, and I'm not reading this properly, you know. However, yeah. So it's let's draw a card for an enemy high rate skew event. See if we get one. We do not. That's a pity, because I was up for it there. I know what it's all about now. Right, where are we next? Is there any enemies on the map? We've got an artillery spotter, haven't we? So, activity check. Well, we know he just goes away. And if there was other enemies, I would randomise between them to decide which one was which. Now, we've got a US unit on this card, but obviously we had the option to possibly spot him. I get the feeling I drew a 0 for the general initiative though, didn't I? I think that's what happened. So this guy's just going away. He's not got any fire missions left. He'll leave his foxholes behind. He's in good order. No fire missions left, and he's just going to go away. I mean, I've read that so many times now. Apparently I need to read it again just to be sure. So, remove good order spotters who have expended all their available fire missions in the next enemy activity phase. And that's where we're at, so he is going to go away. He done his thing. He didn't do very well though, because he only reduced our assault team to a fire team, and I'm assuming we must have built it back up and sent it out there. Yeah, that must have been what we done. Okay, so that's the only activity. Yeah, and there's no update. It's not as if I'm going to start firing on anything. No, none of that. Capture segment. No, there's nothing to capture. AT combat and vehicle movement. No, none of that. Oh, wow. I was reading some of that today. I decided I had a bit of time to do a bit of reading on the rules. And I was reading some of the vehicle stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like... It's because I've not used it before at all, but I think I wouldn't mind looking out there for some of the video footage that maybe has some vehicle stuff out there, just to have a look at how it actually, you know, how you go about it. It does look a bit tricky to me, but again, like I say, because I've probably not done it before, it's going to be that way. Right, anyway, moving on. Mutual combat phase, fire mission update, remove existing incoming, so this can come off and it doesn't do anything more. It's not, we can now see out that card, but with nothing to look at or fire at. Potential contact evaluation, yeah, so there is one. Yeah, because we've moved up here. Now our activity level is still contact, with incoming going away, we're still at contact, and that is because of the mines. Which I noticed I missed. I was going to put a comment right at the beginning of the video that we should have been at contact right for the start of the mission, right for the start of the second patrol. But I get sort of a wee bit into the video, don't I? And although I have to adjust the commands that we get, because we should have started at contact rather than no contact. So every command. Every card draw should have been one less than what it was, but there was no damage done there, I don't think. And the only sort of issue was it was after I'd drawn for the potential contact on the actual village here, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, it was the route point 1. And I drew 4 cards, and I would have only been drawn 3, so it had no effect. So yeah, I just decided to leave that. Right, but anyway, we've got a potential contact A up here. We're at contact, so that is it 7? Yeah, because it's an A in it. So we've got 7 card draw here. So the likelihood pretty high. Although I've managed to do it before, not got in and out of 7 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Right, so here we go. That's no. 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 Ah, almost. Almost. Right. Well, that makes it more interesting, doesn't it? Right, so we've got a contact and it's a nay. So, well, we know it can't be mines. Yeah, I know that one. I caught that one, Andrew. You almost had me falling into the trap though and saying why can we not have one on the top row? But eventually caught on. So potential contact days here. Right, well, let's just draw on a 10. What we got? We've got a 9. A 9 is it's a manoeuvre again, and that's good. I think that's the one that one of the ones that don't we see him before he sees us. So yeah, I'll come back to the placement. So package 15 manoeuvre. Alright, so where are we? 15 manoeuvre. Yeah, see, no. We place VOF PDF, no. Other unit spotted, yes. The package placement is at max line of sight. And it's a squad infiltration attempt. Yeah, so we find the card and then we attempt to infiltrate onto it. He is spotted and he doesn't open fire. If he fails the infiltration attempt, he's marked exposed. If he succeeds, then he's not. Okay, so yeah, he can go somewhere. So we need a squad. I need to remember that these track ammunition this time. And surprisingly, well, I say surprisingly, when he said that, it did ring a little bell that the fire teams apparently track the ammunition too. And I got the impression that, right, so that's a squad we'll go there, but it doesn't matter between them. They're all A rated. So how much ammunition does it start with then? Mission 3, yeah. Where are we here? Squad. So it gets 6 ammunition, but I think if it took a hit and then there was a fire team result, so and then it would have 2 steps and a fire team. I want to say that you split the ammunition, so the 2-step squad would have 4 ammo and the fire team would have 2. I'm sort of just kind of like guessing at that one because I'm sure Andrew had said that if you'd split 2 fire teams, I think you split the ammo between them all. Yeah, I'll maybe have a look into that. Just to see again whether some of that information would be in this though rather than the rules. I'm not sure. Anyway, right, we've got our squad. Max line of sight. It's going to attempt to infiltrate. Right, let's see what the unit placement's going to be. We need another 10. Random 10. We get an 8, which is left front at max line of sight. Okay. So the package is here. Well, that's going to come off, and that's not going to go on him because he is going to be spotted. So that's us cleared that in at least. Oh, the good thing is we're undercover here as well. We're undercover, not exposed. We must have succeeded in an infiltrate action then. Yeah, because the incoming was here and we've infiltrated up. That's good. That's good. Oh, well, mind you, it doesn't matter because this guy's not going to fire on us, is he? Okay, so max left front and max line of sight. Well, it's only going to go here, and it's not going to go any further because of the nighttime rules. And it wouldn't matter if there was hills or not. You can only see one card. You can only see adjacent cards. So I'm just going to draw the top card here, and it is a hill. Oh, I still need to. Next, an open field's on top of a hill. Okay, and then right, so he's gonna attempt to infiltrate onto that card. So I need to draw 2 cards. He's a wine quality. Drawing. Oh, stop, Grant. He's not wine quality. They're veteran, aren't they? They are indeed veteran. What have I had? Have I only had the mortar spotter? The artillery spotter even? I think I have, haven't I? Because we've only been... Yeah, I've just caught that in time, I think. We went on there and never got anything. And then we went on there and got the artillery spotter. And he wasn't going to do anything anyway. He didn't need to draw cards either because it was an automatic call for fire they get to start with. Right, this is the first occurrence of it. Right, well, hopefully that's going to sink in now. Cover markers should be foxholes. Yeah, but if he's infiltrating on the card, no, that's the bit at the front of the book, man. They would infiltrate into any cover that was there, wouldn't they? If the action is successful, place a new enemy unit on the determined card, not exposed, and under the best cover currently available. If the action is not successful, place the enemy unit on the card marked as exposed. And I'm assuming under the best cover available as well there. But, I mean, I don't think they get the default cover of foxholes appearing on the card, though. I think there would have to be cover there. That's what we done the last time anyway. We didn't, because we would have had default cover before and we didn't do it. Now I'm going to stick by that one. You know, I mean, although, I mean, it does say, but then it's infiltrating onto the card. Thing is, it does say that if the action is successful, place a new enemy unit on the determined card, not exposed and under the best cover currently available. But then it says that if the action is not successful, place the enemy unit on the card and marked exposed. You think it would add about the cover as well there, eh? Under the best cover currently available. I think I would be putting it under a cover that was there, even if it failed the attempt. Because if you're going to move to a card, well, okay, I mean, if you're going to infiltrate to it in this cover there, you're going to go under the cover. But if you were going to just move to it and be exposed, you wouldn't move under the cover? That doesn't make sense, does it? But I don't think the default cover comes into this. And I didn't do it the last time, so, but, well, tell me if I've got that wrong, and there should be some foxholes here. Okay, so we're going to draw 3 cards because he's veteran for this infiltrate attempt onto that open fields on the hill there. Here we go. That's a no, that's a no, and that's a no. Good. So he is going to be exposed, however I don't think it's going to matter. There's nothing we've really got. Well, actually, basically we just want to bail out of there, don't we? Well, you get more points for holding the... You get more points for holding it, don't you? But with that full squad up there, because he's going to open fire in the clean-up phase. Yeah, actually, he's going to... Yeah, I was just saying we could just move away. We've got the objective taken now. How much would we lose out of that? Points wise, secure the primary objective. No, but secure means occupy as well, doesn't it? And then occupy the primary objective. Yeah, so you kind of do need to leave somebody there, don't you? Well, I could just stick doing what we've been doing. Oh no, we don't have artillery or mortar this time with us, do we? Yeah. So we can't do any calling for fire, which we started using quite a bit in that last mission. Just checking secure again. Yeah, also friendly occupied. And then obviously the word occupied means occupied. Yeah, but the secure bit means cleared and occupied. And that's a card is cleared if it is one that started the mission with a PC marker and has been cleared of both marker and enemy units. So it would be cleared, however, if I wanted to secure it for 2 points and also occupy it for another 2 points, well, I would need to have a US unit on it, wouldn't I? And, well, if we do that, we're going to get shot at. Right, well, there's nothing we can do about that just yet. I mean, this is just the potential contact part. So he doesn't open fire. He doesn't place a PDF for a VOF. Where are we? I'm lost. Yeah. Activity is still the same. Yeah, nothing's changing there. Combat effects. So yeah, and like I say, we can't even open fire on them because that's just an assault team. That is just an assault team, isn't it? Yeah. That's the downside to things like that. Whereas if we took a wee chance and sent a squad up there, then at least we would have been having some fire on that guy. However, I've been completely still forgetting about these target things. I need to watch that because he didn't have any fire missions left anyway. But when he called for fire, it was on this card. When he successfully called for fire, I think then we're supposed to put a target marker there that. So if he calls for fire again, he gets one extra card draw. But, I mean, he wasn't going to do it again because he's only got one mission. But right, so combat, there's no combat effects, update ammo. And then we're going to remove expose. So it turned out not to be that great. So expose comes off there, expose comes off there. Nothing else to come off. And then this is when this guy opens up. So he's going to place a PDF now on there. And he's going to be firing with automatic weapons. And I'll need to track, what is he, 1-2 platoon? I'll need to write him down then. And he had 6 ammo, so what is it, just 1-2 platoon, yeah. So 1-2 platoon. Experience is better than remember, Grant. Yeah, and he gets 6 ammo. Okay, that's him taking a note of. And that's going to be that. Yeah, he's got automatic weapons on us. We've got nothing on him. Fortunately, we are undercover there, but what's the cover of the card? It's a +2 as well, so that's pretty good. So we are sitting in a +3 cover with a -1, so we're sitting at a +2, but that can still do things. But you know, what do we do for here? That's the thing. Right, well anyway, that's the end of turn. So moving on to game turn 4. I suppose I could push on. I mean, I'm only 28 minutes there. I did decide I was going to do a full part, so I might as well push on. I'm all of a sudden feeling a bit shattered now. Just, it is pretty late, like. Right, I'll move on a little bit. Because, yeah, I like to stretch it out to a part if I can. So another 20 minutes or so would be good. Right, enemy, friendly higher HQ event now. Let's draw. No. Right. Hope I'm not missed the shuffle card again because I've only got about 3 cards left in the deck. Right, so none of them. So then, friendly command phase. Okay, yeah, we were just sort of cycling through things here, aren't we? The COHQ, I'm going to just draw cards because I feel like I should have to. So he's going to draw a card. There's a reshuffle card there. So he's going to draw a card, and he's just going to get whatever, and it's just go. I'm just going through the motions basically, because he's not going to do. He's at his 6 that he can save. So just going to sit there and do that. Well, I might as well. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not any good. Just thinking of the possibility of trying to light things up, illuminate things, but no, can't see. That's too far away now for them. Right, I've got the 50 cal machine gun. You know, I was talking about if I lit this card up here, then it's on the hill. It would be able to see right through to there, but the unit's one further on, which is beyond very long range, so that wouldn't be any good to us. So I'm just gonna. Well, the 3rd platoon's sitting at the 6 commands as well. Yeah. Okay. So I'm shuffling up here. I'm thinking about maybe what I might want to do, but I don't know actually. Yeah, I don't think 2nd platoon can help at all here either. So there's a draw for 3rd platoon. Oh, yeah. Seriously. Right, that's the draw for 3rd platoon. He's whatever he was getting, he's just going to save. I'm not even going to work it out because he's at a maximum of 6 as well. I'll shuffle the deck again. A bad habit of shuffling that. Shuffle card either at the top or the bottom of the deck. Either like very close to the top or very close to the bottom. Yeah, so that's 3rd platoon, and remember these are all an initiative impulse. So I was just getting that one out of the way. I think I'll probably just do the same as 2nd. Yeah, because 2nd can't do anything either, Grant. It's not in light, you know. It's not that it could. It's got artillery, but you know. Yeah, it can't get at that guy at all anyway, so. Right. Okay, I'll shuffle again. Right, so I'm going to just do 2nd platoon here as well. So, yeah, they're wine, so they can only save 4. So, they've got the 4 they need. Right, so obviously it's 1st platoon that we need to do something. So, not undercover. And is line, and remember this is a small number, so it's an unmodified. Yeah, and I know we made a right mess of that last turn, didn't we? With the way commands. Well, what? Because a platoon infiltrated and then realised I had to move the mortar section and the heavy machine gun separately, which I had to go and backtrack a little bit to do that, and you know, I should not have done that. I should have just moved, and I would have been sitting with 4 commands right now instead of 2. So hope that doesn't backfire. So we're getting an unmodified small number here. Well, it's a 2. That's not terrible actually when you think about it. So that does give us our 4. But in actual, you know, if I'd done things the way I should there, I should have been sitting at 6. And you can see I'm out there on my own now. Not got the. Well, actually no. The EXO is there as well, isn't he? And he's got 4. He's got 5 commands saved. Well, he's about to get a 6th one as well, so keep that in mind. So we've got 4. I don't know what to do here though. I mean, it's kind of risky. I think I want to try and hold this card though, don't I? I mean, there's no point in going through this mission. That is my objective. I mean, a part of me feels like moving something up into here under the cover marker, possibly, hopefully infiltrating. I'm just wondering about sending something up into here. It's a bit risky, but we're still sitting at contact, aren't we? Yeah. However, once we send something up to here that can fire back, we'll then be engaged. So it'll be a 5 card draw, I want to say, maybe, for the A engaged. Yeah. So that would be better, because I mean, obviously if I send something into here, I don't want to send an assault team into there, really. Yeah, let me think. Yeah, something I'm not sure of there. The route points, I went through route point 1, I went into route point 2, I've now went to my objective. Do I have to come from my objective down to route point 3? Or, the fact that we've touched our objective now with something, can I just move something from here to route point 3? I think I would be okay to do that. But, the thing is, I don't think I'm going to, if I look in the rulebook for what I'm trying to ask there, I'm not so sure I'm going to find that. Combat patrol. There is no need to clear or secure the objective or route points unless specifically required by the mission instructions. Well, it's not specifically required, it gives you experience points. Therefore, it is not necessary for every unit from the patrol to stay on the path of the route points. Only one unit needs to touch each point as they go, though more than one may do so. And then previous page, the bit that where it says must, you may also have to designate route points to mark out the path that the patrol must follow. This route may cross or come back on itself, so it is possible for a single terrain card to have more than one route point marker on it. I don't know, I kind of feel like before we move on to route point 3, we would have had to move something onto this, but the fact we've got something onto this now, it makes me feel like I can go across to route point 3 from there. The reason I'm thinking that is, I think I'm going to send probably a 1-1 squad here. I don't want to send a full 3-step squad. Now, that's why I thought I could split off another assault team and then send it across here, and then send the two-step squads, one into there and one into there. I know it's a bit risky, but remember, I can't. There's no point in sending the heavy machine gun or the mortar, because they can't infiltrate, and also they would be exposed and not be able to fire if I just moved them, so they're not any good. The bazooka would need an order, which I kind of thought that wasn't too bad an idea, but see, here's the other thing. Remember, we're under the +2 moon conditions. Mind you, he's sitting on a 0. He's sitting on a 0 open fields, which is pretty good. So he's only getting a +2, but then you're only going to be firing with small arms. Well, what I should possibly do is send the 2-1 squad, the one with the rifle grenade, and if I get a general initiative, yeah, the general initiatives are quite hard to come by now, though, aren't they? You can see that as you need a 2 to get just 1, that's quite tough. So I mean, even a 3, I mean, okay, there is some 4 there. The most you're ever going to get is two general initiative commands. And the fact that I'm going to have a guy here probably wanting to find cover. Right, remember, you're going to have the XO. That's risky though, sending him into the fire. It's just he does have some commands, like he's got 5 commands. Wonder if that's silly. Right, I'm not sure if this is a bit daft or not, but I've got to try and do something, I think. So I'm going to use first platoon to... Yeah, I'm going to give one action, and I'm going to send the bazooka team to attempt to infiltrate under the cover here, beside the assault team. He's lying, isn't he? That bazooka's lying. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that. I thought, and then I could get the XO up there as well and give him an order to fire. Well, why don't you take the 2-1 platoon, Grant? I'm just a bit worried because he's veteran and he's got a rifle grenade. Because I do want to succeed at the infiltrate, obviously, because we're going to getting the -2 exposed isn't. Do you know what I said? Send the platoon, the squad, I mean. And then that rifle grenade's only got 1 shot. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Right, so I've spent the 1 command. We're going to attempt to infiltrate with 2-1 squad. And he's veteran. So, so he's going to get a 3-card draw at this. I think that was kind of like what we need. We want that extra bit of... And he's going to attempt to go under... He's going to be going under the cover as well. So 3-card draw, trying to attempt to infiltrate. Here we go. And you are moving him up the full. Yeah. See, I was going to split an assault team off at first, but... Nah, I don't think I will. Come on, let's do it. No, come on, no. No, that's not what I wanted. Now, could I exhort that? Well, I can, but... Yeah, I should try it, shouldn't I? So I'm going to attempt to exhort it. That puts me down to 2 commands, spent 2, 1 more card. Oh, and that was wasted. Yeah, there's definitely not as many of the... what do you call it? The infiltration silhouettes, as I initially thought, anyway. Right, so he's under the cover, exposed. Assault team's there. He's exposed, and they're both under that cover. Should probably tidy that up a bit. To be honest, there's no real great way to do it. So, yeah, it's because he's got the rifle grenade. Okay, so that's him spent. That's first platoon spent 2 commands. So maybe I just stop there and let the XO, because the XO is going to have 6. Remember though, the XO is not going to get activated again, so it's only going to gain 1 every turn. So I don't want to burn them out completely. But I was going to send that up to there. This is maybe a bit risky, isn't it? Oh, sorry, before we carry on, this is a squad, yeah, so we're going to open fire on him as well, and just with small arms. Where are we? Come on, must be one here somewhere. There's one. Right, so small arms. But that does bump us up to engaged now, which might help things. So hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's. But then, do you want to send that? I was thinking about sending the assault team from there down into here as well, but do I really want to push the potential contacts? One, 2, 3. Right, okay. I'm gonna save the last two commands for first platoon, I think. Yeah. And then the first sergeant can get his 1 and just save it. What is he? Is he line now? Yeah, must be. Yeah, so you can save 4. And then the XO is going to get 1. Right, so he's got 6. So well, yeah, let's do it. So his XO is going to give a command to send this guy up into Orchard Grove here. He's going to be exposed. So he's a 2-step squad, isn't he? He's going to open fire. We're going to get a crossfire. If I can find one. Come on, where are you? There's one. Right, crossfire as well. And if we do get a general initiative, then hopefully you can find cover. This might help a little bit. So that was one command of the XOs. And the second one is he's going to make a move himself. So he's going to attempt to infiltrate up here under the cover as well. He's veteran as well. So 1, 2, 3. He gets the 3-card draw. Looking for the silhouettes. No. Yes. Good. I could have exhorted there again, but right. So he succeeds. So he's under the cover beside the assault team. So the assault team and the XO are under the cover, not exposed, and the full squad is unfortunately not ideal. Right, and then hang on. Yeah, you've got to spend the commands before you do it. Well, sometimes I spend the command before I do it, and then I change my mind. So he had 6. He sent that guy up there, and he's went up there himself. So he's got 4. I'm going to spend one more command to give this bazooka an order to fire a grenade on that. Now, no, hang on, it's a rifle grenade, isn't it? Yeah, it's not. We didn't send the bazooka, Grant. Well, that's good. It's going to be a veteran attempt anyway, because the XO's veteran and also the squad. I've took the wrong counter out. I want to take that out. So hang on. We're all under cover. No, he's exposed though. Yeah. And we're all undercover, right? So I'm going to give him an order. I've already spent it. He's got 3 left to fire his rifle grenade at the squad. Yeah, I was wanting to see its recipients. So yeah, so it's the squad itself that you use, which is fine because he's veteran. So we're firing that rifle grenade. So we've got a 3-card draw because it's 2 plus or minus. I'm just going to put that rifle grenade in the sort of eliminated units box just as a reminder. So attempt to grenade attack. No, not missing anything. So 3-card draw, looking for a grenade. And we could also exhort this, couldn't we? Yes, if we really need to. I'd rather not though. So here we go. That's a hit. Good. Critical one? No. Right, we got one anyway. So it's a successful grenade attack with a rifle grenade. So it's going up on that guy. So remember that ignores the modifier as well, the moon modifier. So that's just now got a -4, and we get the crossfire, so we get a -5 on him, and we ignore the moon. And he's in the open field, so that's a result. Yeah, that's good. And okay, we've got some risks here ourselves with this, and then we've also got a potential A contact. So we've got a couple of squads that were putting a bit of risk, and our XO here, so it was a bit of a, yeah, bit of a gamble this, really, isn't it? But I couldn't sort of think of anything major to do. I think you've got to take some risks in this once it gets down to it. Eh? If I want to take that objective, I've got to deal with that squad. So I mean, how else do I go about it? I mean, some of you might have said maybe just go in here and then you're not get fired on, but this could just as easily turn out to be a contact. Or what would you do? Stall for time, just send an assault team into here, wait till the next turn, and then send stuff into here to attack. And possibly, I suppose you could. They've got plenty of time, right enough. But well, we'll see how it goes. Maybe make it a bit more exciting anyway. Right, I think is that. Well, we've got three EXO commands left. But no, we're fine now. I mean, unless we want to send that assault team. Suppose we could, actually. And then again, that's, I'm only getting one command for the XO every turn. I would take them down to 2, and that only leaves them with 3 commands. But then again, what else is he going to do up there? If it was the bazooka I'd sent up, then I would have probably got him to order another fire with the bazooka, next turn. I think it's a bit risky taking on 2 contacts. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it at that. So he's going to save 3 as well. So that's all our activations, apart from general initiative. So we really kind of could do with a 1 here, well a 2 actually, because it needs to be a 2 to get a 1, so that we can try and find something for that squad. So here we go, looking for a 2 in the small number. Oh, we got 4. Oh, I wish I'd moved that guy now. So we're getting 2 general initiatives. Because I was contemplating moving the assault team. The thing is, that could have been an infiltrate attempt as well, coming from the VOF. And now I've been able to search for cover at both of these spots. Now I think I'm going to be stuck. Well, you could still give the assault team a general initiative to come down, I suppose, if you want, Grant. But the whole point was that I thought there's no way I'm going to get 2 general initiative commands to seek cover for both of them if I moved it. And here, well, apparently there is a way. Well, we definitely want to search for cover for this. Seek cover for this. So it's a 3-card draw. He is... he's line. He's the one that's line, I think. Yeah. The first squad's line. So 3-card draw. Looking for the word cover. Here we go. That's a no. No. Oh yes, good. Good. Cover marker. There we go. So that'll help. That'll help a bit. Let's see, the other good thing is we are engaged now, so it's going to be a 5-card draw for his potential contact A. See, this is a B and a C as well, though, Grant. At engage, what would we be getting? If we got lucky and got a C, would it only be a 2 or 3 card draw? Yeah, see, if it was a C, we'd get a 2 card draw. I should have done that. Urgh. Of course, I think I'm going to do it now, because we've still got 1 general initiative. Yeah, well, hopefully it succeeds at the infiltrate. I'm going to do that, but I'm kind of kicking myself, because, okay, it's saved an EXO command, but... Right, so I'm going to use my 2nd general initiative to attempt to infiltrate down in the Orchard Grove here. And that's following the route point, but please, somebody tell me if I could have... Because somebody had reached there, could I have just crossed across for these guys into here? You know... You kind of feel like you've got to go in order. Somebody would have to reach this, somebody would have to reach this, then somebody would have to reach that. But once somebody's reached that, can not just anything from anywhere else just go into that? Or does it have to come from that card? I mean, it might, but I don't know. It doesn't look like there's information on that. Right, he's attempting infiltrate because he's came from this VOF. He's wine quality, so it's a 2 card draw. Yes, well done. Oh, well, there you go. That makes me feel better, actually, because I'm just thinking there, if I had infiltrated, would I want to seek cover? And the answer would be no. So I'm going to just move on to that card, not undercover, but not exposed. So I'm in a better state, really. Right, that makes me feel a bit better then. Okay. Right, well, yeah, well, we're going to have to see, yeah. Well, see, we've got some enemy activity as well to see what he might do, which could be bad. Or, you never know, he might fall back. I don't know, I mean, he's not pinned or anything, so... Right, well, I'm up to a time now where I could stop. Yeah, because that's me moving on to the enemy higher HQ event segment again, isn't it? That was our general initiative. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just leave it there. Where my phase marker there. There we go. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. And yeah, I should get back tomorrow night. I'm back a bit earlier, so I'm hoping I can get at least another part, and then not really going to be till sort of next week that I get more of a chance to do a bit more. But yeah, we'll keep plodding on, and yeah, and still do some daft things, no doubt, and read some rules in a daft way, and yeah, and mess up some really basic rules, the line of sight stuff, and yeah, you know, I try and pride myself on playing these games properly and getting all the rules right. And okay, I know most of you out here are saying, yeah, you're not going to be able to do that with these games, but it's when you see some of the things that you do, or I do get wrong, that I kind of cringe and think, oh, that's a bit daft. And then, of course, reading the events like the way I've been reading them, and it makes me feel a bit foolish, but don't know, it's just the way I read things, obviously. I keep saying that, but just the way I interpret things and look at things, and maybe not think about it like the way most people would. Right, anyway, I've been on about that enough. Okay, I'll be back hopefully tomorrow night, and we'll get part 4 finished. Turn 4 finished, and maybe get turn 5 finished as well. Because this is quite interesting. I'd actually like to still play on, but I can't. It's far too late now. Yeah, I need to go off to bed. But I'm quite curious to know what's going to happen here, because I've left things a bit tricky, really. But yeah. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Cheers.